Welcome back to Taupo, a land of ancient legends and geothermal wonders. This is part 2 of our journey into some of the North Island's most mysterious and breathtaking sights. From craters that bubble and hiss to panoramic mountaintop views and ancient walls steeped in intrigue, this adventure has it all. Let's dive in, starting with a truly otherworldly place, the Craters of the Moon, located less than 10 minutes from Taupo town centre. Alright, we're here on the Craters of the Moon walk. It's $10 entry for adults and $5 entry for kids. It's a lot cheaper than the other geothermal parks. Most of them it's around $40 for adults, so this one's a good cheap alternative. Very close to Taupo, only 9 minutes outside the CBD. This strange otherworldly landscape has been shifting and bubbling for centuries. Known as the Craters of the Moon, it's a geothermal field with a history that stretches back over 700 years. Once towering plumes of steam were so high that Māori navigators used the Karapiti blowhole as a landmark from Lake Taupō. But in the 1950s, this area transformed dramatically when the Wairaki geothermal power station began tapping into the nearby underground resources. I guess you got to think the whole of Taupo in general is volcanic. Lake Taupō itself is a super volcano caldera, so I guess the whole area around it would definitely be volcanic. Today, Craters of the Moon is a mesmerising mix of steam vents, barren craters and bubbling pools, each hinting at the powerful forces beneath. It's no wonder this place got its lunar nickname. The vents constantly shifting and reform, giving the landscape a strange, almost alien feel that has captivated visitors for decades. The mud pools at Craters of the Moon are formed when hydrogen sulfide gas rise up and mix with water, creating sulfuric acid. This acid then breaks down surrounding rocks into clay, resulting in thick, bubbling mud. Far out. Looks like you're in a different world. That looks prehistoric. Beautiful. Despite the harsh conditions, certain plants thrive here. The silver tussock and club moss species are specifically adapted to withstand the high temperatures and acidic soil, creating an unusual ecosystem among the craters. Some of the fumaroles, steam vents in this area can reach upwards of 100 degrees Celsius. That's 212 degrees Fahrenheit. The heat is so intense that it prevents most vegetation from growing directly around these vents, adding to the barren, lunar-like feel. The geothermal activity at Craters of the Moon is dynamic, meaning the landscape can change over time as new vents appear while others close up, giving it an evolving, almost breathing appearance. One of the most mesmerising parts of Craters of the Moon is the soundscape created by the geothermal activity. The fumaroles emit a constant eerie hiss, and occasionally you can even hear small hydrothermal eruptions nearby, adding to the otherworldly atmosphere. Take a moment to soak in the eerie silence and wonder. This is the raw power of New Zealand's volcanic heart. The Craters of the Moonwalk is a gentle, easy trail perfect for all fitness levels, making it an ideal family outing. With accessible boardwalks and stunning geothermal sites, it is a memorable experience for everyone to enjoy. Next, we're heading up Maunga Tauhara, the 1,088 metre high dormant lava dome and a sacred peak in Māori culture. I've arrived at the base of Maunga Tauhara. We're going to summit that. Stunning clear skies today. You can even see Ruapehu and Ngārahoe in the distance. Legend has it that Tauhara, one of the warrior mountains, stands here longing for his lost love, Pihanga, who lies south by the Lake Taupō. His story is one of devotion and heartbreak, and as you climb you can feel the quiet solitude of this mountain, along with some gunshots. Worrying already, I've already heard a gunshot. So there must be hunters hunting up there. Hopefully they don't see me as a deer. Let's carry on. Maunga Tauhara was formed around 65,000 years ago. Not through explosive eruptions like some volcanoes, but by a slow flow of thick, dactic lava, a rare sight in Taupo volcanic zone. Sounds like the gunshots are coming from multiple directions. There must be a couple hunters up there. Alright, just making it into the bushy section. Starting to get bushy. The trek up Maunga Tauhara winds through lush native bush, providing a habitat for various birds and unique New Zealand flora. It's a perfect mix of geology and biodiversity. The climb itself is a challenge, overgrown in places and steep, with deep ridges to walk through, but the views at the top are absolutely worth it. It gets steeper. Whew. Near the summit there is a pristine spring where hikers can fill up their bottles with fresh, cool water, a perfect refreshment after the climb. Just past the 3 kilometre mark. So We made it to Tauhara summit. Holy hell, that was a hard hike. Hardest one I've done in a while. But well worth it, man. These views. So we're 1,088 meters high right now. Clear skies, full 360. The summit of Maunga Tauhara rewards hikers with breathtaking panoramic views of Lake Taupō and the surrounding volcanic plateau, giving a unique vantage point in every direction. It's moments like these, surrounded by incredible views and rich legends, that make you appreciate New Zealand's unique blend of natural beauty and cultural heritage. On a clear day with minimal haze like today, you might be lucky enough to spot a striking white pyramid in the far off distance, just beyond the mountain ranges to the right of Tongariro. That iconic peak is none other than Mount Taranaki. At the summit, I met a local named Bob, an energetic 80-year-old who told me the gunshots I heard echoing up the mountain came from a nearby shooting range. Bob hikes to the top at least once a week to stay young, and as I started my descent, he dashed past me full of energy. I decided to try keep up with him. So I completed the Tauhara summit, 7.1 kilometres, 536 metres of elevation, and it took 2 hours to summit and about 40 minutes to get down. On the way down, I followed a very fit 80-year-old, so I tried to keep up with him and he made me go for gold. So out of 10 for how hard it is, I'd say 6 out of 10. Need to be reasonably fit to get up there. And then views, 9 out of 10. Beautiful, beautiful walk. Our last stop is one of Taupo's most mysterious landmarks, the Kaimanawa Wall. The Kaimanawa Wall isn't easy to locate. Your map likely won't guide you all the way, and with dense bush blocking all phone reception, navigation becomes a real challenge. To reach the site, turn from Tauhara Road onto Clements Mill Road. Continue on this road for approximately 13 kilometres. After the tar seal ends, the road transitions to gravel and passes through dense bush. I recommend using Google Maps for directions, as Apple Maps mistakenly directed me to a campground about halfway. The wall is on a left-hand bend just after a small bridge. Surprisingly, there is no walk required, as it's right beside the road. Note that one section is slightly hidden about 20 metres to the left of the main wall. Right, I've made it into the Kaimanawa forest and got to look for the Kaimanawa Wall. Somewhere around here. Lucky I bumped into on the way in someone else, Mike from Tauranga. He helped me, otherwise I might have gotten lost, because they've taken down the signs because they don't want tourists out here. It is very isolated, the road in, very sketchy. I would recommend a 4x4. I managed to do it in the mighty Corolla, but I wouldn't recommend it I almost got bogged just here where I parked my car. But yeah, so time to go look for this wall. At first glance, it's easy to see why people believed this was the work of an ancient civilization, with its large stone blocks and horizontal lines. This structure sparked debates and wild theories about its origins. Sadly, a Celtic cross was scratched into the wall, reportedly during the mid-90s, when public fascination with the wall was at its peak. The origins of the Kaimanawa Wall are shrouded in mystery. Some believe it to be an ancient human-made structure, while others argue it's a natural rock formation. The wall is composed of large block-like stones with straight edges and uniform shapes. Arrangement is so precise that it raises questions about whether it could truly be a natural formation. Another little section of wall down here. It's pretty much bang on 240 degrees. Some theories suggest that the wall may have been built by an unknown pre-Māori civilization, while others link it to early Polynesian explorers. These ideas add to the allure of the Kaimanawa Wall as a potential link to lost histories and forgotten peoples. Over the years, the Kaimanawa Wall has intrigued archaeologists and historians worldwide, sparking discussions about its significance and challenging traditional views of New Zealand's ancient history. In 1996, Department of Conservation regional archaeologist Neville Ritchie conducted a report that quickly dispelled the rumours. Ritchie determined that the wall was actually part of a large ignimbrite outcrop when the volcanic rock flowed into place around 330,000 years ago. It cooled and cracked in a way that gave it an appearance of a constructed stone wall. Following this explanation, public interest in the site quickly faded. The Kaimanawa forest hosts an active army outpost, so there's a good chance you might encounter military personnel passing through. In fact, they drove by while I was visiting. Whether natural or not, the Kaimanawa Wall still feels like a relic of a forgotten age, adding an air of mystery to Taupo's volcanic landscape. And that wraps up our journey through Taupo's natural wonders and legendary landmarks, from the steaming craters and soaring peaks to mysterious rock formations. Taupo offers a treasure trove of adventure and history. If you enjoyed exploring with me, don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Let me know in the comments which spots intrigued you the most and what places you'd like to see next. Taupo is full of hidden gems and I'd love to share even more of them with you. See you in the next adventure.